Hello. The point of this video this week is to show you how to navigate the library website that Cambridge College has access to. So right now I'm logged into MyCC, and you can see our list of readings here. And for this particular demonstration, I guess I want to pretend that we're John Reed, and we suspect that maybe our grandmother is a poisoner. Maybe she has Munchausen syndrome by proxy. So maybe the research question you want to pursue for this particular activity is, what is the best treatment option for Munchausen syndrome by proxy? So basically, you want to find out more information about Munchausen syndrome by proxy. So what you're going to do is go up here to the library tab, click on that, and then go down here to Cambridge College Online Library. And again, I apologize if this is review for some people. And then you'll notice we have our search bar here. We also have up here a list of databases. Let's actually click on that first, because this gives us a list of, it sort of allows us to investigate our research question by subject and sort of narrow the list of results based on what it is that we're pursuing. Let's see. The thing I would recommend using is Academic Search Complete, because that, again, this assignment is about using credible research and peer-reviewed articles and publications. And Academic Search Complete is going to give you a lot of those. So if you click on that, that'll take you to another search bar. And everything that you search for here, Cambridge College has access to. You have access to this stuff by virtue of you're paying for it, basically. So if we type in Munchausen syndrome by proxy and just do a wide search for that, we get 357 results, and 20 on each page. So before we start actually looking for what sources might actually be useful to us, we know that, the point of doing this research is that we're going to have to find these articles, we're going to have to read them and annotate them, basically, for our annotated bibliography. So I want to make sure that everything that we find is accessible immediately. So what you can do is, over here on the left bar, limit your search to full text, which means it'll have a link like this that'll have PDF full text, and you can just click on that, and then there's the article. But the other thing we also want is to make sure that it's scholarly. These are peer-reviewed journals that you're looking for. So this significantly narrows our results down to 126 results. The first one here seems like it's in Spanish. So, and just to give you an overview of sort of what we're looking at here, first of all, this icon is very helpful because this tells us what it is. What I always do is look for something that's in an academic journal if I'm trying to find a peer-reviewed article. And then I look to see if there's this link, which is a direct link to the article. So if we scroll down here, and again, if we're sort of pursuing the question of what's the best treatment option, or what are some different treatment options, issues with identification. So sentencing offenders with Munchausen syndrome by proxy. This seems like it might address a question of, treating people with this disorder as criminals versus as people with a psychological disorder. So I'm curious. I'm just going to click on this one. And then it'll take you to this page. And I also want to point out that abstracts are also very important, because rather than having to click on the article and having to read the whole article to figure out what it's about, you can look at this abstract and sort of determine whether or not this thing is going to be useful to you. So this is looking at a specific case. The determination of whether the offender should receive a minimum sentence focused upon her personality dysfunction rather than upon diagnosis of a syndrome that continues to be in a degree of flux. So this looks like it might discuss some of the potential issues with diagnosing Munchausen syndrome by proxy. So that looks like it could be useful, especially if part of what you're going to do in your paper is outline some of the discrepancy, right? So again, I just want to show you, if you click on this, this will take us directly to this article if we decide that it's something we want to use. And what I would encourage you to do is, if you find something that you want to use, again, if the abstract looks good, if it seems like it's, not like a 200-page article or whatever, then what you can do, you can either download it, you can click on this, save it right to your computer if you're using your personal computer, or you can go over here and you can click email and just enter your email address in here. I'm going to do William Steffen at Cambridge College. Actually, I think I have a Go email address. Munchausen syndrome by proxy, article 1. And then this will make sure it's included as a separate attachment. You can also choose to have a detailed citation and abstract, which can be useful. So if I hit send here, an email has been sent, and then let's go check my inbox. And this is what I get. So it's giving me that abstract. So this is helpful if I need to remember, if I'm emailing several articles to myself and I have to remember them all. This is useful. Here's a link to it, and then here's the attachment at the bottom. So there, it's in my inbox, and here's all the pertinent information. Great. So another thing I want to point out about this particular bar over here to your left, or sorry, on the right of your screen. If we go back even, I think you have access to this bar. Yeah. The other thing I want to point out here is how to cite it. If you click over here on this cite button, again, what you have to do for your annotated bibliography assignment is actually include the citation and then write your own annotation. Write a few sentences, a paragraph about the article and what makes it credible. Make sure that you click on the APA citation, because that, again, is the style we're using. There are a ton of different styles they offer here, so just make sure that you click on APA. And if you click on that, well, actually, I guess what you can do, if you're, again, building your annotated bibliography, one thing you can do, you can just copy-paste this. You can also you can copy-paste this to a Word document if you want. You can also, if you go back here to the page that includes the, oops, I think it was this one, right? Freckleton. You can also use your Zotero tool. I can show you how to use Zotero in class today. But if you click on this, that'll export this article, all the citation information, and the PDF to your Zotero, so it just lives there. So that's another way you can access it. The other thing, of course, you always have the option to turn to the Purdue OWL And because this is an article in a periodical, if you need to know how to cite it when you're building your annotated bibliography, go here to the article in periodical and just use all the pertinent information and make sure it follows this format, right? And we're kind of given all that stuff. Again, in that citation button, but also even back here on the search page, we're even given the DOI, the title of the article, the author or authors, where it was published, page numbers, and the DOI. We learned that it's 10 pages, right? So all this really pertinent information. I'm trying to think what else I need to show you here. Let's go back. Let's say we want to do a new search. Let's maybe explore what the stuff looks like directly from if we use the Cambridge College search instead of academic search Premier. So we want to see Munchausen syndrome by proxy. And then maybe what we can also do is using a comma to introduce a new search term, treatment. And this you can see we're given 714 results. Again, we want full text. We want peer-reviewed. Whoops. And again, you can also play a little bit with the range of publications. Again, one of the things you want to make sure is that your stuff is up to date, that you're using recent, current research. Stuff from the 1950s. I don't even think Munchausen syndrome was a diagnosis in the 1950s. So again, you want to make sure that your stuff has been published in the last couple of years. Let's see what looks good here. So again, these are all academic journals. And I guess I wanted to... You can also narrow results by subject. So if we're trying to be like more specific about Munchausen syndrome by proxy, some case reports. This seems like it's a little bit more general. See what's going on here. Okay, working within the family system to find a pathway to health. That seems like it might deal with family therapy is one of the keywords. So this seems like it might deal with some treatment options. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, I guess I would encourage you to use to try to find articles with a hard link to the PDF rather than search for books or stuff that's in print that you'll have to send away for or visit a library for. I think you should be able to find most of your stuff through this system. The other thing, the last resource I sort of want to introduce here very quickly is Google Scholar. So if you just go to scholar.google and then enter your search term here, you can do the same thing here. It just looks kind of different, but you can create a custom range, and anything that has like a PDF written on the side over here is something that you can have direct access to. Some of this other stuff may not be available, but I would look for anything that has a PDF over here. Okay, I hope this works out. Good luck, and yeah, I look forward to